ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ श्री सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ ध्यायामि चिन्मयानन्दं गुरुदेवं महामतिं प्रेमपूर्णं क्रियाशीलं सदा लोकहितेरतं कृपालुं सुन्दराकारं समर्थं सत्यदर्शिनं वाचा तत्त्वप्रकाशिन्या शोकमोहविनाशिनम्। ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। 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 ॐ ऋतगं सत्यं परं ब्रह्म पुरुषं कृष्णपिङ्गलम् ऊर्ध्वरेतं विरूपाक्षं विश्वरूपाय वै नमो नमः। ॐ नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात्। हरि ओम, सुप्रभातम, a warm welcome. ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। ॐ शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिहृद्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 61. ॐ सुधन्वाखण्डपरशुर्दारुणो द्रविणप्रदः दिवस्पृक् सर्वदृग्व्यासो वाचस्पतिरयो निजः त्रिसामा सामगः सामनिर्वाणं भेषजं भिषक् सन्न्यासकृच्छमः शान्तो Nishtha Shantih Parayanam Shubhanga Shanti Dasrashta Kumudah Kuvaleshaya Gohito Gopatir Gopta Vrishabhaksho Vrishapriya Anivarti Nivrittatma Sankshepta Kshema Kritchiva Srivatsavaksha Srivasa Sripati Srimatam Varaha. We were discussing this shloka and we just completed the 600th name, that is Shivaha. And who is Shivaha? One is Swanama Smriti Matrena Pavayan Shivaha, the one by remembering whom, by taking his name, who purifies our mind. In fact, Shivaha is the most important part, that is Brahman only. Without Shiva, everything is Shava. Think, without Shiva, everything is Shava Rupa. Therefore, if everything is being seen, everything is experienced, if everything gets enlightened, it is because of the presence of Shiva in it. Therefore, and here, Shiva is not that Maheshwara Shiva. Here, Shiva is Narayana. As what? As the very consciousness. And as very consciousness, he himself is the one who expresses as Narayana, and he is the same person, he is same Brahman who is expressing as Shiva. So here Shiva in particular refers to Narayana. We may also take Shiva Rupa in the other sense also, because again it is nothing but consciousness. Swanama Smriti Matrena, by the very remembrance of Bhagavan, any Ishta Devata for that matter, it refers to Bhagavan alone. Srivatsa Vakshaha. Srivatsa Sanyam Chinnamasya Vakshasi Sthitam iti Srivatsa Vakshaha. In the chest of Bhagavan Vishnu, there is a chinna, there is a symbol where it indicates the presence of Shrihi. Shrihi here is his consort Devi Mahalakshmi. And Mahalakshmi is one who will never leave him. All the time she is. In fact, interestingly, Lakshmi Narayana we say. Among the Devatas we have always seen, they are always together. Both these spouse together. Shiva, Shakti, Lakshmi, Narayana. They are always together. Therefore here Vakshasi, Sthitam. Look at the word Sthitam. What is Sthitam? The one who has well established in his chest. Chest in the sense, in his heart. There are a lot of stories for that Chinna also. But here we will only deal with this much. One who has a mole-like mark permanently in his chest called Shrivatsa, without ever leaving him, is called Shrivatsa Vakshaha. Shri Vasaha. Now you will find in this shloka as well as the next shloka, a lot of Shri is added. We will also deal with the meaning of that Shri once we have seen the etymological meaning. Asya Vakshasi Shrihi Anapayini Vasati. A very beautiful word. Apayina means that which goes. Anapayina, that which does never go, which does not go, which never leaves. Anapayini Vasati Shrihi Asya Vakshasi Shrivasaha. Therefore, Bhagavan is eternally endowed with his consort Lakshmi, who is always in his heart, who will never leave. Shri Patihi. Shrihi Parashaktihi Tasyaha Patihi iti Shri Patihi. Shrihi here again, Lord of, it is not one who is the Lord of Lakshmi. Lakshmi is the goddess who is Parashakti. Again here also, Parashakti is not the concept of Shiva represented. Here the concept of Vishnu, which is Lakshmi, who is represented as Parashakti. Again, Parashakti he means the one with the very embodiment of power, the power itself. And Tasyaha Patihi, her consort is Bhagavan Shri Vishnu, and therefore he is called Shri Patihi. Shrimatam Varaha. Rigyaju Sama Lakshana Shrihi Yesham Tesham Sarvesham Shrimatam Virincyadinam Pradhana Bhutaha Shrimatam Varaha. Virincyadinam Pradhana Bhutaha. The one which is the main subject matter in all the Vedas. Virincyadinam in all Vedas is who? Shrimatam Varaha. And what is that Shrimatam? Rigyaju Sama Lakshana Shrihi. The wealth of all the Vedas. Atharvana is also understood. It is not that Atharva Veda is left out. That is also included as a Upalakshana, we may say so. Rigyaju Sama Atharvana Lakshanaha Shrihi Yesham Tesham Sarvesham. All these are together called Shrihi. Shrimatam, that is Vedas. Virincyadinam Pradhana Bhutaha Shrimatam Varaha. He is called as that because, in fact, he himself is the one who introduced. He is the one who has given the Vedas. Rather, he is the Rupa of the very Veda. He himself is Veda. And therefore, he is called Shrimatam Varaha. Continuing. Shridha Shri Shashri Nivasa Shri Nidhi Shri Vibhavana Shridhara Shri Kara Shreya Shriman Loka Trayashraya Shridha Shri Shashri Nivasa Shri Nidhi Shri Vibhavana Shridhara Shri Kara Shreya Shriman Lokatrayashraya. Shri Daha. Daha means the one who gives. Shri Daha, the one who gives. Shri. Shriyam dadati bhaktanamiti Shridaha, the one who bestows, the one who blesses, the one who gives. Shrihi gives all kinds of wealth to his devotees according to their karma phala. We must never forget this. Because if we forget this, then we will only blame Bhagavan. And we will say Bhagavan is partial. Bhagavan is not discreet. Bhagavan is very partial. Therefore, to some people he has given everything. To me he has given nothing. Think. It will be a blunder if we say Bhagavan is partial. We must be very clear. Whatever we deserve out of our own karma phala, Bhagavan will definitely bless us. Therefore, since he is the one who bestows, since he is the one who has been giving to all his devotees, then the question comes, that means again Bhagavan is partial to his devotees and the one who is not his devotee, he will not do anything. Is he like the politician? Is he like such a normal human being who work with utility oriented values? No. When he says Bhakta, he very clearly means the one who is devoted without any selfish desires. The one without any selfish desires and according to their karma phala, whatever they deserve, Bhagavan will give it. You need not even ask. What is given to you is definitely what you deserve. What does not come to you is not what we deserve. As Gurudev would put it, which I very often quote, you may never get what you desire, but you can never escape from what you deserve. And this what you deserve is bestowed again by Bhagavan. We must accept it with prasada buddhi. Therefore, Shridaha. It is he who gives. Shrishaha, he alone can give. Others actually cannot give what we want. In case, even if they give all our things and material things, even if they give, it is only he who gives through them. Why? Because he is the Isha of all Shri. Shrishaha meaning what? The Lord of all the Shri. Shriyaha, Ishaha, Shrishaha, the one who is the Lord of Shri. He. That is why, Param Puja Gurudev would say, don't run behind Lakshmi. Why? We run behind Lakshmi because of what? Because of money. If you run behind Lakshmi for the sake of money, she will keep moving from one pocket to the other, one bag to the other, one galla to the other. She never stays at one point. Run behind Narayana. Why? She is eternally there. Shri Vakshas we just now said. And therefore, since she is eternally in his heart, you go behind Narayana, Lakshmi also will be there only. Think. Why? Because Bhagavan is the Lord of all wealth. Bhagavan is the Lord of all Shrihi, wealth, knowledge, Vedas, or Lordship, whatever you may say to mean Shrihi, he is the Lord of all. Therefore, he is Shrishaha. Srinivasaha. Srimatsu Nityam Vasati iti Srivasaha. Shri Shabdena Shrimantaha Lakshyate. In this particular case, Shri he refers to Shrimantaha. Who is Shrimantaha? We will again see Shriman. And here it refers to Lakshmi Narayana will live with Shri all the time. The one who possesses Shri, there he lives. And here, as I had mentioned, Shriman, like how again to take the same example, Dhanavan, Buddhiman, Dhairyavan. Van and Man is referred to symbolize the one who possesses, the one who has. Shriman, we will come to that next. And here, Shri Vasaha, Vasati. Nityam Vasati, meaning permanently he stays. Therefore, the one who stays permanently with Lakshmi is called Lakshmi Narayana or Srivasaha. Shri Nidhi. Nidhi is what? Treasure. Sarva Shakti Maye Asmin Akhilaha Shriyaha Nidhiyante iti Shri Nidhihi. All forms of wealth. We will see that. After this shloka, we will explain what exactly is Shrihi. And then you will find all forms of Shri, all treasures, whatever you may call it as treasure, are all with the Lord. And therefore, he is the treasure of all Shrihi. Therefore, he is called Shri Nidhihi. Very many people have got this name. Both women as well as men have got this name, Shri Nidhi. What does it mean? It means the one who has got all forms of wealth. One may wonder, Swamiji, my name is also Srinidhi, but I don't have any wealth. We are talking at the worldly standpoint. We have to understand what is the Shrihi, and then you will find every single one of us do have. We are unaware. We will see. Therefore, all forms of wealth, the one who has is called Srinidhi, and it can only be Lord. Obviously, isn't it? Shri Vibhavanaha Karmanu Rupena Vividhaha Shriyaha Sarvabhutanam Vibhavayati iti Shri Vibhavaha. The one who makes all the jivas, jivarashis, get Shri. What is that? Various types of wealth in keeping with their karma phala. Probably I must have made that into a different color to give the importance in red or something. Then we may have understood. In keeping with their karma phala, he makes the jivas get all the Shrihi. Hence he is called Shri Vibhavanaha. Shri Dharaha. Sarvabhutanam jananim Shriyam Vakshasi Vahan Sridharaha. Srivatsa Vakshasa, we have seen again, the one who holds Sarvabhutanam jananim, the mother of all wealth, Shriyam Vakshasi Vahan, the one who holds in his chest, the one who holds in his heart is Sridharaha. Dharyate. Shri Karaha. Smaratam. Now please note, very, very beautiful. Smaratam, Stuvatam, Archyatam cha Bhaktanam, Shriyam Karoti iti Shri Karaha. He gives, he blesses all Shrihi. To whom? To his bhaktas. What kind of bhaktas? Smaratam, who remembers him. Stuvatam, who praises him. 3. Archyatam, the one who worship him. Now we have to understand these 3 words very clearly. Remembrance. Very interesting word. One way of looking at the word, we have to remember him again and again. Ram Sumir Man, Ram Sumir Man, Ram Sumir Man Ram. 3 times it is said. Why? Very often, rather very rarely we remember, very often we forget him. What do you mean by remembrance? Remembering in my mind. That means what? I keep forgetting. In our worldly occupation, we are so much engaged in running behind the whims and fancies of the world, running behind procuring physical, emotional, intellectual, and at sometimes spiritual security. We feel so insecure without all of them, and therefore to acquire and possess them, we run hither and thither. We run helter-skelter. From pillar to post we run to somehow yenakena prakarana get the security of what? My physical, emotional and intellectual securities. And in the process, our forgetfulness of Bhagavan is very imminent. Therefore, we have to remember again and again. But the smarana here, what is referred to, is the one who remembers Bhagavan in spite of whatever the situation may be in the world. The one who remembers all the time, ananyaha chintayantaha, ye janaha mam pariti upasate, stuvatam, the one who praises. Does that mean Bhagavan is very fascinated? He wants praise from everybody. Like how any politician or any other human being. Why politician all the time? All of us. If somebody says, oh, he is such a person, then immediately we say, oh yes, somebody has recognized. Think. We fall prey for small praises. And somebody would say, you just praise him a little, he will do whatever you want. Why? He loves people praising him. Think. And this is true. We praise for the sake of getting our work done. And that person may not deserve even 1% of those praises. Think. That is not what Bhagavan is. Bhagavan is praised. Bhagavan enjoys the praise when he says, meaning what? Bhagavan makes the devotee praise him for what? By remembering Bhagavan, by praising Bhagavan, the devotees comes to know the greatness of Bhagavan, and then when the devotee is analyzing, is studying, he will also understand the true nature of his own self, and the praises that we give for Bhagavan is one and the same. It is the same Parabrahma Swarupa Paramatma which is there in us, and that is our true nature. Therefore, by praising Bhagavan, we are praising our own true nature. Think. Therefore, Stuvatam, Archyatam, again one who worships. By worshipping, what do? We accept the supremacy of the Lord. And thereby, our mind becomes humble and simple. Therefore, smaratam, stuvatam, archetam cha bhaktanam, shriyam karoti. To such people, Bhagavan will bless them with all kinds of Shrihi. Therefore, he is called Shrikaraha. Shreyaha, the one who is the ultimate. The Shreyas. In the path of Shreyas, Bhagavan is the ultimate. In the path of prayers, there is no ultimate because everything keeps changing. Anapayi Sukha. Apayi, that which goes. Anapayi, that which never goes. Anapayi Sukha, meaning that joy, that happiness, which never leaves, which is permanent, everlasting. Avapti Lakshanam, gaining that, it is that alone is Shreyas. And anything in the world other than Bhagavan will go, because it is impermanent. When everything is impermanent, how can they give impermanent things give me permanent joy? How ironical it is that we are running behind impermanent things for permanent happiness. Therefore it is said, Anapayi Sukha Avapti Lakshanam Shreyaha. That alone is Shreyaha, that will give me permanent happiness. And Tacha Parasyaiva Rupamiti Shreyaha. That Rupam is Bhagavan, and therefore he is called Shreyaha. And what is that? Moksham. Moksha, that alone is the ultimate. Nothing else is ultimate. Therefore, Bhagavan himself, the Paratma himself, Parabrahma Swarupa himself is in the form of knowledge, is moksha, and therefore call it moksha, call it knowledge, call it Paratma, call it Vishnu, call it anything. That is the supreme. Therefore, Shreyaha. We had just mentioned Shriman, the one who possesses Shrihi. Shriyaha asya santi iti Shriman. The word Shrihi here refers to Vibhuti, glory. And the one who has got all types of Vibhutis and every glory available in the universe, it is all Bhagavan only. It belongs to Bhagavan only. Whatever glories we all have, all glories put together, actually belongs to Bhagavan. We are only instruments carrying them. Our glory is Bhagavan's glory. Minus him, we cannot have any kind of glory. Therefore, he is called Shriman. Lokatrayashayaha. Ashayaha, abode. The one who is the only abode for all the three lokas. Trayanam, lokanam, ashayatvat, lokatrayashayaha. Now, this is the last nama in this shloka. Now we will see what is Shrihi. Wealth. Our mind only talks of such a wealth which we call it as value oriented with reference to money, with reference to property. That is wealth, no doubt. That is important, no doubt. That is required, no doubt. It is a need, no doubt. At the same time, that alone is not all and end of life. Whatever we require, that much which is a need for us is definitely perfectly required. It is definitely allowed. But what is condemned there is one who wants more than what is actually required. One very beautiful Acharya said, please have wealth. We have worked for it. We have slogged for it. We have sweat and toiled for it. Therefore, having wealth is not wrong. Having a little more wealth, not wrong. But becoming greedy for more and more is definitely condemned. So, wealth by itself is not a problem. Wealth wanting with greed is definitely condemned. Now we will see what is this wealth. It is very simple. All of us know. Don't we worship Ashtalakshmi? Ashtalakshmi is who? Mahalakshmi, spouse of Bhagavan Vishnu. And what does Ashtalakshmi refer? Ashtalakshmi actually symbolizes all the wealth. First one is Adi Lakshmi. What is Adi Lakshmi? That Lakshmi who is Mahalakshmi, the consort of Bhagavan Vishnu, Adi Lakshmi. Then we have Dhana Lakshmi. Why immediately Dhana Lakshmi comes? Because until that comes, my mind is waiting for it. Probably. Therefore, Dhana Lakshmi. Dhana Lakshmi refers to what? All physical wealth. Money, gold, silver, ityadi. Properties, land. Anything that is valued in money form is Dhana Lakshmi. Dhanya Lakshmi, that which is the prosperity, that which represents prosperity. Dhana Dhanya, there are so many, Ashirvadam also. Putra Pautra, Dhana Dhanya, and all that, there's a big huge list, isn't it? Dhanya represents prosperity in life. Then we have Gaja Lakshmi. Who is Gaja Lakshmi? Gaja represents cattle. Cattle also represents all the properties, all the wealth what we have. And cattle also represents that which brings wealth. Alright. Santana Lakshmi, progeny. Progeny means what? Vamsha Vriddhi. Vamsha is also a wealth. All of us want a male child. For what? Vamsha Vriddhi. Santana Lakshmi. But here, even female child is also Santanam only. In fact, there is actually no difference. Constitutional difference is there for the world to run. But male and female, both are Santanam. Both are equally wonderful, equally valuable. Now what we say in the world as equal status, that is from the other standpoint. But from Bhagavan's standpoint, they all are one and the same. Santana Lakshmi, Virya Lakshmi or Dhairya Lakshmi, both are one and the same. Though two names are there. Viryam is valor. Dhairyam is that self-confidence, that ability to face. And then we have Jaya Lakshmi or Vijaya Lakshmi, the one which brings success. And finally we have Vidya Lakshmi, the one who represents knowledge. Ashta Lakshmi put together can be classified into three. One is at the physical wealth, actual wealth. The second one is as a seeker. One must gain all the Shrihi. Here Shrihi is what? All that sadhana lakshanani. Viveka, Vairagya, Shamadhi Shatka Sampatti, Mumukshutvam. These are all the wealth for a seeker. Therefore, a seeker must seek wealth of this kind. And third, the last portion is the Vidya Lakshmi, which represents moksha, which represents Atma Jnana. Physical, emotional and intellectual. All the three are represented here. Therefore, when we say Shrihi, Shridharaha, Bhagavan is one who gives all the three kinds of Shrihi as per our karma phala. Remember. Therefore, the one who is looking for the highest will definitely seek the highest. And Bhagavan is the one who bestows everything. Continuing. Svakshasvangashatanando nandir jyotirganeshwarah vijitatma vidheyatma satkirtischinna samshayah स्वक्षस्वङ्गशतानन्दो नन्दिर्ज्योतिर्गणेश्वरः विजितात्मा विधेयात्मा सत्कीर्तिश्चिन्न संशयः. Among the 9 namas of the shloka, first one being Swakshaha. Shobhena pundarikabhe akshini asya iti Swakshaha. The one who has beautiful eyes. What do we mean by one who has beautiful eyes? This we have discussed. Bhagavan is beautifully presented with lot of beauty in it. Kamala Nayana, Padmaksha, we saw, isn't it? The one who has beautiful eyes, meaning lotus-eyed. What is lotus? A symbol of purity. When we say lotus-eyed, that means the one who sees with all purity. Meaning the one who is not contaminated, who sees things as they are. Bhagavan is not partial because he looks at us as we are. And he blesses according to what we are, according to what we how we work, how we act in the world outside. Therefore, Shobhena Pundarika Bhayakshini, the one who has got excellent eyes, one who has beautiful eyes, the one who has an eye which looks at things as they are, with all its purity. Therefore, Swakshaha. Swangaha, Suangaha, that is a word there. Shobhanani Angani Asya iti Swangaha. Shobhanani Angani meaning the one who has beautiful limbs. Meaning what? The limbs is not only beautiful to look at, the limbs which supports everyone, limbs which helps everyone, which works for the sake of the world. Think. Therefore, such limbs are called Swangaha, Suangaha, and the limbs is also called auspicious. Shobhana means auspicious. Auspicious limbs meaning what? That which brings goodness to everyone. Shatanandaha. Anandaha is understood. What is Shatanandaha? Eka eva paramanandaha upadhi bhedat shatadha vidhyate iti Shatanandaha. One Paramananda Brahma is Bhagavan. He is that ultimate Paramananda, but expressing as, receiving joy and giving joy through what? All the Jiva Rashis. Jiva Rashis not only in the world, Gandharva, Devaloka, Pitraloka, Bhumi, everywhere, everybody works for happiness. And all the happiness which is derived from whomsoever, it is Bhagavan only. It is his happiness only. All the joy which is depending upon the upadhi, the type of body, mind, sense complex, all that joy what we gain out of it is nothing but Bhagavan's happiness. Therefore, Shata represents Asankyarthe. Earlier we said Sahasra means Asankyarthe. Here Shata also means Asankyarthe. It is only a symbolic number, and therefore Shata Anandaha means all the types of Ananda from all the types of Jiva Rashis put together is Bhagavan only. He is the abode of infinite bliss. Therefore he is called Shatanandaha. Nandihi. Paramananda Vigraha Nandihi. Nandihi here again is a symbol of Paramananda. He is also called Nandi. Vigraha meaning what? Embodiment of Paramananda. Therefore, Bhagavan alone is an embodiment of Paramananda. Therefore, Nandihi. Jyotir Ganeshwaraha. Ishwaraha. Gananam Ishwaraha. Jyotihi Gananam Ishwaraha. Here it talks of the brilliance. Jyotihi Gananam Ishvaraha Jyotir Ganeshwaraha. All that which are effulgent, all that which emits light, everything in this universe is nothing but Bhagavan. Look at this. Tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam. Upanishad says, Tam eva anubhati sarvam. Yena bhantam sarvam tameva anubhati. Na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam. Nema vidyuto bhanti kutoyam agnihi. Tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam. Tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. Everything glows only because of Bhagavan's presence. Therefore, yadadityagatan tejaha jagad bhasayate akhilam. Akhilam jagat tejaha bhasayate. It is Bhagavan alone who does. Therefore, he is called Jyotir Ganeshwaraha, the one who is self-effulgent and the one who brings light to the whole universe. Vijitatma. Vijita Atma. Manaha ena saha Vijitatma. The one who is the master of mind and senses. The one who has perfect control of his mind and senses. Such a person is called Vijitatma, and Bhagavan is the one who is the Lord of all mind and senses. Therefore, he is called Vijitatma, who is the master. Avidheyatma. Na kenapi vidheyatma swarupam asya iti avidheyatma. There is none, there is no power who can give vidhi to Bhagavan, who can give commandment to Bhagavan, because Bhagavan is the supreme commandant. Bhagavan is the Lord. Therefore, he cannot be commanded by anybody. He is the commander of everything. Therefore, avidheyatma. Satkirtihi. Kirtihi, glories. Satkirtihi, his kirtis are satyam. One meaning. Another meaning, his kirti is definitely true. In what sense? He deserves to be glorified. Now see, sati avitatha kirtiha seti satkirtihi. Bhagavan's fame is always there. It is eternally there and is in all direction spheres. Everywhere Bhagavan is definitely glorified. It never diminishes. It never becomes belied. It cannot be falsified. It cannot be negated. It is all the time there and everywhere he is glorified. Certain things doesn't require much of explanation because we all know it, isn't it? Chinna samshayaha, the one who removes all samshaya to the one who is a seeker. Karatala amalakavat. Amalaka means that berries. And karatala, those which are there are in my hand. Sarvam sakshat kritavataha kvapi samshaya nasti. It is as clear as a berry in my hand. There is no, is it there? Is it there? No, it is there in my hand. That clear is the presence of Bhagavan. Na samshayaha sarvajnaha Bhagavan. Therefore, na samshaya. He is the very knowledge of everything. He has the knowledge of everything. He is the very knowledge of everything. Therefore, there cannot be any kind of doubt with reference to anything in the world outside. Therefore, he is called Chinna Samshayaha, who has removed all kinds of samshaya. With that, we conclude this particular shloka. We will continue tomorrow. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.